Here at the Bramham International Horse Trials. We're off and running with the first of the Dubarry Burley event class, the 4-year-olds. Starting this morning with number 23. This is Rosalind Cantor riding Alex Fishball's Landlord. It's gelding by Fortune Landmark. Fortune Landmark, the sire of friends of the Land Vision. So our first to go in the Dubarry 4-year-old class, Landlord and Ross Cantor. Our judges this morning. Doing the dressage phase is Sarah York. For the jumping phase we have Malcolm Pyra. Confirmation and tight is Rosemary Morris. And later in the morning will be welcoming Chris Hannibal for the final 10. Angles are. And coming forward now is number 3. This is Pennine View Rosetta, owned by Lucy and Chris Thompson. Ridden by Hazel Towers this morning. Pennine View Rosetta, closely related to Stanek Ghost out of a Z Concord mare. Coming from a Ramirez bloodline, bred by the Pennine View stud just outside Harrogate. One of several horses in the Dubarry Burley Young event classes this morning that is up for sale. That's number 3, Pennine View Rosetta, Hazel Towers.
Do you want to give me that cup? Yeah.
So currently in the jumping phase is Alex Fishpool's Landlord with Ros Canter, combination qualified at the Yorkshire Sport Horse Show for the Barry finals up early in September. That was just last week. So Ros Canter competes the jumping face with Landlord. Moves on.
So good.
Paul Rosemary Morris for the confirmation and and canter on again, please.
Number 4. Yeah. That looks like it.
Just start circling in there with you, and then we'll ask you to go up the far side and around the top. Maybe across the top. Do you want to go first? Thank you. We're just in a circle here for the moment.
Yeah, then.
Hello!
Oh, hi! Yeah, but we haven't got to go all around together apparently. Go into the but they don't have to gallop. Just show a length and I bet they do. Especially with things this week.
Thank you. So we'll now ask these final 10 to go off one at a time, led off by Rosalind Cantor with Landlord. She'll just canter up one side, just extend across the top in front of our judge, Chris Hunnable. That's Cantor and Landlord. They're going to be followed by Annie Bellamy with Hera S. Of the 4-year-old class in reverse order, taking 10th place on a score of 65 is Ian Bennett with Linnea Destined to Be. You'd just like to move forward 3 or 4 strides, please. In 9th is number 33, Carla Smith with Sugar House First Edition. She's on a score of 67. In 8th is number 16, Steph Crowder with Fireball on a score of 68. Into 7th place, Ray Dawson with Trent Red Mexico on a score of 75. In 6th is Julia Nelson and Hazard on a score of 76. In 5th, on a score of 79, is Ilana van der Kinkenberg, Jess Robinson riding for Ros Cantor. 4th is Emily Hobson with Highlight on a score of 80. In 3rd, number 31, Annie Bellamy, Hera S on a score of 85. Second place goes to Annivers's other horse, Game Changer, on a score of 88. And the winner by 1 mark on 89 is Ros Cantor with Landlord. Well, we had 28 starters here this morning at Bramham. That means 2 qualifiers, and the qualifications will go to Annie Bellamy's 2 horses, Game Changer and Hera S, by virtue of the fact that Ros Cantor and Landlord have already qualified, as indeed has Ilana van der Kinkenberg standing in 5th place. So 2 qualifiers, thanks to Chris Hunnable, and just in case you didn't manage to catch it, the final marks: Landlord scored 10, Game Changer 9, Hera S 7, Highlight got 4, Ilana van der Kinkenberg 5, Bizarre 6, Trent Red Mexico scored 8, Sugar House First Edition scored 2, Fireball scored 3, and Linnea Destined to Be scored 1 in the final assessment by Chris Hunnable. Well, our thanks to our judges today: Sarah York for doing the dressage, Malcolm Powell was on jumping duty, Rosemary Morris doing confirmation and suitability, and Chris Hunnable doing the final selection from the final 10. Indeed, huge thanks to our 2 judges that stood out in the rain all morning, Malcolm Powell and Rosemary Morris. Sarah York had the luxury of sitting in a vehicle to assess the dressage. Ilana van der Kinkenberg down at Burnley in September. And well done to everyone for getting to this stage of this 4-year-old class. Well, that brings to a close proceedings in the Toxteth Arena until about 13:45, when we'll be kicking off again with the 5-year-old session. Huge class for the 5-year-olds. Will be running late on into the evening with busy evening shopping here at Bramham, so there's plenty for you to look at and see. But we'll be back here after a well-earned lunch break. And in about a quarter of an hour, the break in the Equitrek Arena, there are 8 stallions of varying sorts and types that are strutting their stuff.
We got money! Good, how are you? Good. Well done, Billy.
Well done.
Am I right just to give them to you quickly?
Yep.